students. We are once again to a new tutor. I hope you have enjoyed our series on before our subsequent videos on biology. Today we are going to look at systems of naming living organisms. Systems of naming living organisms. Now, these are learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to give the meaning of binomial nomenclature. You should be able to give the scientific name of the following: maize, rice, cocoa, man, dog, and rat. Now, living organism, as we know in biology, we discover living organism, but there's a need for us to identify this living organism. Now, for us to identify living organism, we must ascribe a name to them. Now, there's a scientist in the field of biology which introduced the system of naming living organisms. That man is called Carolus Linnaeus. Carolus Linnaeus is the one that introduced the system of naming living organisms, and it is commonly used by biologists today. Now, this system of naming living organisms is what he calls binomial system of nomenclature. Is what he called binomial system of nomenclature. What is binomial system of nomenclature? Binomial system of nomenclature is a system of naming living organisms in which this organism that you are about to name is given two names. The first name is called the generic name. We say it is the genus. And the second name is called the specific name. We say it is the species. Common say it is the species, a single term, species. Now, the rules, there's a rule guiding the way you will be writing these names that you give them two names. Don't forget, you give them the generic name, which is the genus. You give them the specific name, which is the species. Now, there's a rule that guides the way you have to be writing this name. Just like you want to name your child, you give your name, the name of your child, Sunko. But if you want to write the name of your child down, it has to have two names. You have to write your own name, which is your father's name. Say Olarewaju Sunko. That is the two names. Now, there's a rule that is guiding the way you have to write these two names. Now, the rule is that the first letter of this generic name, must be written in capital letters. While the rest are written in small letter. Now, again, all the specific name, that is the species name, all of them must be written in small letters. Now, after you have fulfilled this rule, now the second rule is that after you have written the first letter of the generic name in capital letter, the rest is small letter, and all the specific name is small letter. The second rule is that you must underline the two separately. You must underline them separately. Now, if you don't do that, you don't want to do this law, these two simple rules. The other way you must write it is just to write the two of them in capital letters. You can decide to write the two of them in capital letters. Then, after you have fulfilled the rule of writing the first letter in capital, the generic name, first letter of the generic name in capital letter, and you underline, you can decide to underline or you italize it. If you are typing in computer and you don't feel like underlining them, you can decide to italize them. Now, this name that we give them in the field of biology, we can also refer to them as scientific names. In the field of biology that we called before, that we say it is botany. In the field of botany, we can call these names. These names, you can call them botanical names. You can call them botanical names. Now, these are the examples of these scientific names, or the binomial nomenclature, or we say the scientific names. Man is called Homo sapien. You can see the way we write it. This is the generic name here. It can start with capital letters, and all the rest is small letter. And this is the species name, specific, or the species name. All of them in capital in small letter, and we underline the two separately. Lion is Panthera leo, the same rule, you can see it. Maize is Zimes. You can see the way we write it down for you. Rice is Orisa sativa. You can see it. First letter of the generic name in capital, the rest is small letter. Sativa, the species name, in small letter. Orange, Citrus sinensis. You can see. Cocoa, Theobroma caca. You can see the way we write it. Rat is Ratus ratus. You can see it. Then dog. Dog is Canis domestica. Canis domestica. You can see the rules. Now, I hope you have enjoyed the class. There is an assessment quickly for you. This is the assessment. The assessment says, give the scientific name of the following. See? Give the scientific name of the following: cockroach, tiger, earthworm, elephant grass, grasshopper, tortoise, pepper, testify, snail, pawpaw, etc. Now let's do some recap on what we have just said. Say what is the system of naming organism is introduced by the man we call Carolus Linnaeus, and this system of naming organism is the one that is used by biology today. And this system of naming organism is what we refer to as binomial system of nomenclature. And what is actually binomial system of nomenclature? Binomial system of nomenclature is the system of naming living organism in which the organism is given two names. The generic name common to the genus, the specific name common to the species name. So there is a rule. After you have given them the name, there is a rule you must use to write them. The first letter of the generic name must be written in capital letters, the rest in small letter. And the species name or the species name must be written in small letter. Then you underline or italize them. And if you don't want to fulfill this rule, if you want to write this in these two rules, you can decide to write all of them, the two names, the generic name and the specific name. You can write the two of them in capital letters. You have fulfilled the rules again. So I hope you enjoyed the class. You can use this assessment to assess yourself at your little time. Subscribe to our upcoming videos again in biology and other subjects. Feel free to learn it at your own pace and enjoy learning. Thank you and God bless.